The Argungu Polo Tournament and Cultural Fete, the brainchild of NSK Farms Limited, started in 2017 and has since become one of the leading polo brands in the core northwest geopolitical zone of Nigeria. The tournament is packed with loads of scintillating tourist pool events. The Fete is one of the leading cultural and sports tourism attractions in Nigeria, which draws the creme de la creme and leading lights of the game of polo in Nigeria, and also showcases world-class polo tournament with traditional displays.
Kai ganye kudi sun zama ganye. Wannan ai abokin tafiya. To jama'a kuna ganin dai aikin mutanen garin ga. Aikin yin mutum ya bar sha mai kai don kar a gane ba na shi ba ne. Iya makau? Iya makau? Kai wannan ba kudin Najeriya ba ne. Tare da shi akwai Alhaji Muktar. Duk sun riga sun yi sorin fili to a gaishe ku yan wasa sun riga sun taho Mira Farms. Kwallon ta zama ta Ummar Kalgo. Ummar mai zafi ya dauka ya tafi zai ta annati daga nan sai raga Ummar Kalgo ya kai dauki amma ina iya ganin Umaru ga Umaru amma kwallon har yanzu dai da ya ganin sidi ka zo da kanka ba sako ba amma kwallon dai gashi nan ta riga ta koma gefe wake da kwallo na iya ganin kwallon a hannun Abdullahi Lawal Dayi ya bar kwallon inda Awal Baba ya riga zo bugun mi'ara koma baya amma ina.
This year's edition, which is the fourth, was witnessed by a large turnout of dignitaries from within and outside the country, which included traditional rulers from neighboring Niger Republic to witness the polo tournament and the socio-cultural programs ranging from the turbaning ceremony, the cultural displays, traditional wrestling, folk dancing, and yes, a skills acquisition training program put together by the National Institute of Hospitality and Tourism that was part of the lineup to celebrate the 2021 World Tourism Day, which has Tourism for Inclusive Growth as its theme. The cultural fete began with the football competition finals between Mera United and the Shooting Stars. The lush NSK Polo Ranch and Resort in the beautiful town of Argungu hosted the polo tournament, which saw 6 teams slug it out for a number of coveted trophies that were at stake. The polo teams included the National Film and Video Census Board NFVCB Polo, Weststream Ponies, NSK Farms and Mera Farms. Others were Pali Resort and Ayutan Farms.
Ya ɗari kawo ƙwallon duka, ƙwallon ta riga ta taho a bisa ga takan alamu na iya ganin sun kawo gaisuwa ga barin manyan baki Mera ya gaishe ku na iya ganin mai martaba ya amsa wace da ƙwallo na iya ganin ƙwallon a hannun wa Abdullahi Lawal ya kyakkyawan duka amma ƙwallon ta riga ta komo daga hannun Sarki Waziri Sarki kanin ɗan giwa ya kilba ƙwallon duka ƙwallon ta riga ta jiyo inda nake ganin wato ɗan makoyin zazzau hakimin kawo ya kyakkyawan duka Sulemanu Haki ya zo kan ƙwallo ga shiga wato Alhaji Aliyu.
The umpire rolls the ball for the two teams. Abdullahi Noura Zabo. He flips the ball forward. Abdullahi Noura, Adamu Hassan Adamu clears the ball out of danger. He sends the ball to Awolu Baba, but Zabo is there. Zabo, he takes a weak one, he lost it. Abdullahi Adam Hassan, Adamu, call up there by Awolu Baba to Adam Hassan. Awolu, he moves Awolu Baba for NFBCB. Awolu, look at Awolu Baba, he's searching for Adam Hassan, but Ibrahim Kure is there on defense. He backs the ball to Zabo Roba. Zabo, he got a breakaway, can he make it from there? Zabo for Western Ponies. Zabo, he takes the nice shot. What a goal there by Abdullahi Nura Zabo.
Ya sako doki kaman kera da kan kore gashi nan dai ya riga ya tafi zai yi ta'annaci hagun da dama ya riga ya wuce Umaru amma ina tuntuni Umaru ya ce gazuzi kwallon ta kauce wake da kwallo na iya ganin Abdullahi Lawal Dayi ya je kan kwallo ana ta sakace Abdulkarim Jibril ya sa mar sanda ya kwace kwallon tuntuni na iya ganin wake kan kwallo a bisa ga alamu Gidado ya kai dauki gefen doki Gidado zai iya ta'annaci Gidado daga tim din Mera ya tafi zai iya yin ta'annaci ga
Alhaji Nura Sani Kangiwa, the tracking Kabi. On the back shot there by Hakim Nkawu, number Queen Zazo. He's searching for Abdullahi Nura. Zabo, he got a breakaway. Zabaroba, can he make it? He lost it. And Umar Yusuf Usman also lost it. A lovely back shot there by Awolu. Awolu Baba. Awolu, he backs it. Abdullahi Lawal Dair on his favorite Sabana. Abdullahi Lawal, he takes a long one and also.
inda kwalantar ta Nura Suleiman Nura Ibn Suleimanu ya dauka zai ta'annaci Nura ya shiga yaji 40 ya shiga 30 yana neman 20 amma ina na yi ganin kuma na iya faruwa kwallon ta tafi a 100 garin NSK amma ina titini Ladi Aliyu ya riga ya dauke kwallon ya rankada mata duka rankada fallufa yau ga kwallo ga doki ga fili ga doki ga kwallo ga sanda ga kuma wato
Argungu is one of our best places that we normally come and play polo because of the culture and tourism of the area. During fishing festival too, we normally come here and play polo, and everybody is enjoying. As you are aware, my second vice president is the DG of the tourism and culture. So it's one of the expectations of everybody in Nigeria for him to bring polo in his hometown, which he did. What I wanted to tell the viewers at home, I'm expecting them next year. They should try and come to Argungu and see the culture of the place and see people, how are you dancing, people playing with knife, people playing with different sorts of things, and it's the best place that you can get in Nigeria where you can see tourism in common.
Polo is not the game for the rich. It's not only for the rich. Even the people that are not rich play polo. About 80% of the people playing polo in Nigeria are not rich. And it's as far as polo is a game of discipline and respect and honor. First of all, you have to have discipline, self-discipline, and also you have to own your own ponies. If you don't have, people like us, patrons, can encourage the ones that don't have to play.
As you can see from a lot of the players, yes, it does take a lot of money to play polo, but apparently most of the players are not that rich. They have sponsors, they have patrons that enable them to participate in the sport. And another thing is that I look at polo more as an aspirational sport. It gives people hope that they can be something better than they are. Argungu is a second home to me. Turaki is a very good friend of mine. And I was here from the onset when it started. And it's been developing gradually, which I think is a good thing. And it does bring a lot of attraction to Argungu itself. Because around the northwest, this part of the northwest, you don't have any polo facility except this one. And it's a very good development for Argungu itself.
Tourists at this year's edition were taken on a guided tour of the historic Kanta Museum, where they were exposed to the rich and unique history and culture of Kebbi State.
This is Kanta Museum, named after the founder of the kingdom, that is Muhammad Kanta. Muhammad Kanta was once a provincial governor under Songhai Empire, that is period to 1515. In the late 15th century, he was a provincial governor under Songhai Empire. So, early 16th century, he led an expedition to Agadez, assigned him by the master, that is Askar Muhammad the Great, that is the emperor of Songhai Empire. When they came back victoriously, they got problem in the sharing of booty. So from that time, he just carved his province out of Songhai Empire and declared it as an empire of itself. Period to the coming of Islam into this part, our people are spirits and some features worshippers. For example, you see here, those who worship spirit before the coming of Islam, they lay their complaint to their worshiping idols or worshiping things. If our people want to know the heavy rainfall or the low rainfall they will have, they will go into this practice. From this practice, we call it Shamfara or Shankabewa. They will predict the rainfall that we will have in this area, so that they will advise our farmers to plant so crops, because there will be low rainfall this year or there will be heavy rainfall this year. If it is inside the water, you can take it, but bring it out. That's it. Varieties of local rice. 25, more than 25 varieties of local rice.
Been able to learn a lot here today, and I will say a big kudos and thank you to Naato generally, starting from the DG to every staff in that office. We've been able to learn a lot because, let me put it this way. In the past, we see the Northern only as being Islamic in nature and everything. But with our outing today, we've been able to see that they are more than that. That whether we like it or not, before the coming of Islamic religion, there's a tradition, and the tradition still holds today. I remember when I was young in Ilorin, I used to see the Bori people prophesying and everything. So I'm very happy to see everything in place here today. The culture of Africans still stands, whether we all like it or not. Yeah.
Most of you don't know about the culture of the Kanta people. But now you have learned a lot. And like I was telling some of you, there is similarity in our difference. When we are practicing culture, people respect the culture very well. And that is why there was no problem. But since people begin to deviate, not to respect their culture, crises begin. And that is why we always preach that because of this similarity in our differences, in our different cultures, sincerely speaking, there is need to stay together. There is need to live together because culture brings us together. And I gave you an example. You can see this hut today. You enter the hut. If you are entering the hut, you have to bend. And I say, if you go to TV land, also, it's the same kind. You have to bend down before you enter. And there is no relationship between TV and this place. So that is the similarity in our difference. What we are trying to say, sincerely speaking, without culture, we have lost our identity.
Most of the countries that use tourism as their source of revenue, to me, they are performing better than, for example, us who depend on oil. Take example like Qatar and Dubai and also Egypt. They all depend on tourism. And we have very, very important historic places that if Nigeria depend on them, we will have more than what we are earning or we are getting from oil. I'm sure the tourism maybe will take over next maybe 10 years or 20 years to come.
We are here today at this museum as part of our city tour. Even before we left Abuja, we knew that we were coming here for this city tour because we've heard so much about it. This place being the house of history of the Kanta people. And we wanted to know more about it. And today, it's an experience that I will never forget. In the first place, when we started this tour, one obvious thing that I missed out was the roof in itself, and which the tour guide told me about. If you check all these rooms, you will see that they have various ceilings. And when you look at the patterns you have on the ceilings, you will also notice that they are unique patterns. And maybe that's where the modern technology picked its own, especially in terms of the POP that we see nowadays, where you have different patterns of the POP. And apart from that, I think this place is also a huge house of history. I'm surprised that I've never heard about this until I came here.
My name is Omolere Afegbai. The visit to the Kanta Museum has been excellent. As in the information and the history of this community is one of a kind. We've learnt a lot about the fight between the British and the French. A lot of things. I mean, this is really fantastic. I've had a wonderful time.
My name is Chinyere Uchi Babuchi, all the way from Lagos to Kebbi State, and we are live at Kanta National Museum in Kebbi, in Argungu. We need to mention that we've learned so much, and I can say that our culture is our heritage. We can't but uphold it. Thank you.
I am Bibiana Harrison. After going around the museum today, I now realize that nowhere is better than Nigeria.
I've come to realize that Argungu happens to be not only fish, they are not only known as cultivating fish, but at the same time, they are great warriors because they have conquered a lot of fights and they are warriors. So coming here have enlightened my memory, and I think I'm going back to Lagos with a lot of experiences.
My name is Kiki Dimka from Abuja, National Film and Video Census Board. It's interesting and amazing to see how history has been preserved in Kanta Museum, and I can't say less. Indeed, culture is our heritage.
Honestly, history is something everybody should learn about. History is good. I've learned a lot and I've really enjoyed myself.
And what fascinated me about this museum is the fact that the women care so much about their husband before they go for fishing. During the January fishing season, they dive into the deep of the sea to pray or do their many incantations to the spirit and all that to protect their husband and take away the crocodiles and the snake and everything that will harm their husband, and warn them that their husband have to be saved before the fishing festival arrives. Like, this is really inspiring. So I would advise Nigeria students out there and the world in general, Don't mess with your culture. Your culture is really important. It is what makes you you.
Tourism is life!
The turbaning ceremony of the Minister for Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, as the Kakan King Kabi, by the Emir of Argungu, Alhaji Ismaila Muhammad Mera, is another colorful and elaborate cultural activity at this year's edition of the Argungu Polo Tournament and Cultural Fete.
Order to Saraki to bring the Tabani on stage. So Galadima gave order to Saraki to bring the Tabani on stage. Chieftaincy long turban, rawani, and chieftaincy gown, al-kabba. Waɗannan duka suna an sa cikin tasa ta al'ada a gargajiyance kuma ga su an kawo su za a fara gudanar da nadin. Covenant with Allah that on his return from the Holy Land, his first one will be dedicated to the service of Almighty Allah. Lai Muhammad caught his state in politics when he joined forces with his friend Yomi Edo, the Social Democratic Party SDP, Governor Shekadad in Lagos State. He was to be Chief of Staff and a key player in the Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign organization BAT4. He was appointed the Permanent Chief of Staff of Lagos State in 1999, a position he credibly held until 2002 before he had a short. I want to welcome you, sir. Are you coming to recognize the president of the Director General, National Protective Service, Madam Alaibu,
I cannot start to explain the origin or the reason for the affection that the Sariki has for me. It simply has no logic. I think it has just been sent to me by Almighty Allah. And my prayers every day is that whatever is it that He sees in me, that He continues to bestow affection and honor on me, may Allah give me the strength to continue to do so. Each of the 4 emirates that constitute the 12 kingdoms actually has unique and sellable tourism products. I start with Argungu. The Argungu International Fishing and Cultural Festival is known not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. And I'm proud to say that it's one of the 5 that has been inscribed on the list of intangible heritage of UNESCO.
On behalf of the entire people of Argungu Emirate, I welcome Kaka Kinkaji most warmly to our Council of Elders and Traditional Leaders. We will, by this admission, involve you in all matters of communal importance to this emirate and look forward to your wise counsel and contributions.
Mai hana gari ya maji garaje.
highly memorable, commendable, and of course, it says a lot about those who genuinely love this country and are doing their work. That you should keep on doing what you know how to do best, or where you are placed. Try as much as possible to achieve what you can and to the benefit of the people. And one day you'll be remembered with something big like this.
I think this is a very important event culturally, because we're here to celebrate not just our culture, but to celebrate, a doing of culture, who is our minister, Alhaji Mohammed. He has done a lot in terms of promotion of culture, and in fact, the title given to him, it shows that he's somebody who has been preaching, who has been using the information angle and the culture to unite the country.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Mohammed, is being turbaned as the Kakakinkebi. It's an honor, in our own opinion, that is well deserved, because he has done so much for this nation. He's a true Nigerian and a true statesman. Today, the office he occupies, he superintends information and culture of the entire nation, which makes him the Chief Heritage Officer of Nigeria. That Kebbi State, especially the Argungu Emirate, deems it fit to turban him as Kakin Kebbi, shows that he is a detribalized Nigerian who is well accepted everywhere in this country.
The present administration has laid emphasis on diversifying the economy, and culture is the answer. And they want to put food on the table of common man. And that is why they are trying to, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture has been promoting, marketing all the tourism attractions in Nigeria to the global world. And that is what prompted them to confer on him the Kakakin Kebi. And the present administration, under the leadership of the President Muhammadu Buhari, has laid emphasis in promoting youth, encouraging them, encouraging culture and tourism. And with the support that the President is giving the ministry, under the leadership of the Alhaji Mohammed, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, and also the supportive prostators under the ministry, we are excelling, and we pray that we will move on.
I want to congratulate the Nigerian Polo Club for always striving to ensure that the culture of polo in Nigeria remains alive. And again, just like in all other sports, we need more corporate organizations to sponsor such tournaments. One of the things I intend to do is to look at other cultural festivals in Kebbi State which are as robust, which are as entertaining, but which have not attained international status of the Argungu International Fish International Festival. And here I'm talking about the Ahula Festival, I'm talking about the Regatta and the Fugonto. In Argungu, there's much more that we can achieve. And I think we need to work together with the state government, the local government, and also philanthropists to ensure we have a befitting event center in Argungu.
To raise the capacity of personnel in the state's tourism industry, Naihotoa organized a skill acquisition training for youths and women on tour guiding operations as part of the World Tourism Day celebration.
Tour guide business is a lucrative business worldwide. Kebbi State is one of the important states where tourism activities is taking place in Nigeria. Particularly the Argungu Fishing Festival is one of the best tourism activity in Nigeria.
Selection of special airfares is important because if you are going to embark on a group tour,
to a particular location, for instance, there is what is called, there are usually group fares when you have to do such a selection, and such group fares means that they are cheaper for the tourists. Then selecting the hotel to be used. If they are going to, it's not the day that they are coming that you now decide to think of the hotel if the tourists are coming into town.
Wise men say whenever there is people, there is money there. Most people engage in traveling and tourism. So I think it's an opportunity for young people like us to get money or to create wealth.
This program is organized by National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism, and the reason and the purpose why the training is organized is to train the youth of Kebbi State, youth and women of Kebbi State to learn the art of tour guiding operation. The purpose is that we want them to be self-employed, because this training will acquaint them with the skills and the knowledge needed to establish their own tour guiding company, so that when the tourists come visit the state, they will be able to take them around to the various tourism destinations.
At the end of the training, participants were issued with certificates of participation by the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, the Kakan King Kebbi.
First on the list that passed very well is Basiru Abubakar.
This year's edition of the Argungu Polo Tournament and Cultural Fete wouldn't have been complete without the exhilarating cultural displays and performances witnessed at the cultural night held at the Emir of Argungu's palace.
Farmers dramas. Farmers dramas. Wato makaɗan noma. Kan biyo manoma da kiɗi domin ƙara ma manoma. A jama'a, mai da muka sani idan an ba da dama akan ɗan yi kiɗa da sauran kiɗan. These are the miracles being shown by the Zali folk. Waɗannan wato karanta ba ne take murzawa sai su koma gudu nan take. Akan fa sai dai wanda ya gani. Matashi ne ana kiran shi uban 'yan kauɗi. Gashi nan ya nuna ɗaya daga cikin abubuwan da ya shahara ya yi fice cikinsu kenan. Ya yi wasa da ƙarfe
musamman akwai wani lokaci da aka keɓe don kada a wuce wannan lokacin a ba a cewa kowa sai ya yi wasa wasu dai daga cikinsu idan sun shi kenan don abin da ya rika ya kai ƙasa juya da ya aza kare ga jikin shi yana kallewa ko mine ne jamilun bai dawa kenan dan gidan marigayi mai dawa kuma kane ga mai dawa na yanzu abinda sun haka da ne tun kaka da kakanni. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, one of the musicians is Jamilu. Yan jarida so ga abin da ke wakana wannan wuri. A tare shi kada a wuce nan. A tare shi kada a wuce nan. To jama'a kamar yadda muka sani a sarkin yaƙi da sauran jama'a ka mun gode kwarai da gaske a yi a hankali cikin jama'a ake a yi haƙuri lokaci ya yi a yi haƙuri an ce ai ta haka nan kowa hitowa zai yi ya yi a yi haƙuri ya isa lokaci ya yi. Kamar yadda muka gani wannan shi ma ɗaya daga cikin dattawan can ne ya zo domin nuna jin daɗin shi dangance da wannan al'ada irin ta wannan yanki ta malanga ta kambari. A koyaushe sai dai na baya su koya gare su haka yake walkila ko za ka ɗan ƙara mana bayani dangance da wannan tafiya ta su. To lalle wannan rawar gwalmo ko ba a tattakuya a mai kangararren kugu bai iya wannan rawa.
Fetur na ha. Fetur na. Wai kanazir na. Kanazir na. Aje kanazir da fetur duk wasu. Ba kanazir ba ko an ka ba mai ai ba shiga cikin ta. Inda yake mun dan uka kama da wata kai ya hawa na tarwa. Allah shi kauda ba shi rana. Ni ce ai an kaga mun dan uka kama da ta. Waɗannan mutanen makeran kar kenan. Waɗanda suke ko cikin wuta suna yin yaƙi a can da mu. Kai, wuta za a bankawa. Wallahi wata tatsuniya da nishiya an ka ce wai wata yarinya ta bata da lahiya. Boka ya ce wai sai an sa ta cikin boka a kunna wuta duni saurayin da ya shiga ya rungume ta wuta ta ci ta ce shi za ta aura kuma za ta warke. Ha. Kai fa. Kai. Aikin wani sai kallo. Ai, wanda a cikin kutumin nan ha. Allah ya kawo da bashin rana.
Gamji maza abun koyo Ahmadu Bello Sardauna na tuno fa'atinsa shi ka saka nake kuka Gamji maza.
The climax of the tournament was the final match between NSK Farms and Ayutan Farms.
Fa'atinsa sai ya saka ni kuka.
From the sport, on umpires there, Baba Carey. There we go, this time around Husseini. Husseini, Baba. Husseini, he sent the ball through the way for Nura. Look at that lovely play there from Aladwa Leo. And a good one there from Husseini, Baba. Husseini, he sent the ball down to the far side area. And walk later, Husseini, he move into the interior. And of course, ball still in play. Look at that. Aliu, Ladu Aliu is fighting like wounded round. Rabiu Mohammed, look at that powerful shot. Jamabana Zukumana, Kutava my Enwasa, Kutava Musu. Oh, Yokada, Rabiu, Emo, Rabiu Mohammed, what later? I'm going for Ladu Aliu. Brilliant umpire, one of the best umpires today in Nigeria, not just only for this game, he's one of the best umpires in Nigeria today, Baba Carey. Here we go, taking the ball forward once more. And it goes forward again there. Nura, back on the shot again there. And taking the ball to Pat. And a good one there. First ball gone here. Coming again. And a good one there. And on pass whistle. Here we go. Look at that lovely play there, Nura. Having the tally again. And Ladra Leo. Good play. Ladra Leo. Igban's ball with the ball. Ladra Leo is coming forward again there. On pass whistle gone. One goal to Argungu, NSK.
At the end of the tournament, the governor of Kebbi State, Senator Abubakar Aliyu Bagudu, presented trophies to all the deserving winners.
I was built to be the best. number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champion.
Player number 2, Nura Suleiman. Nura Suleiman, the entertainment secretary of the tournament.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me.
The last man of the team, the patron is sent to Adi Kabi, Adi Nura, Esbingila,
Champions for the champions, stand up for the champions, for the champions.
Let me start by congratulating once again all the Polo teams that have participated in this tournament, and to congratulate all of us in Kebbi, particularly the Emir of Argungu, Alhaji Muhammad Samaila Mera.
Some of the outstanding sponsors and partners of the Polo tournament and cultural fete were the National Institute of Hospitality and Tourism, Kebbi State Government, Emir of Argungu, Fanmake PLC, SunTrust Bank, Jedo Investment Company Limited, and others. The fourth edition of the Argungu Polo Tournament and Cultural Fete was heralded with pomp and pageantry. The tournament was a delight to watch because of the high level of polo sportsmanship, team's maturity, and the awesome cultural skills on display. It is clear that the Argungu Polo Tournament and Cultural Fete sustains the Argungu Emirate Council's determination of preserving the cultural heritage and rich folklore of the good people of Argungu and hegemony. Many are indeed anticipating the next annual festival.
Na bi da san sanin hujja ta kashe 'yan